All right, what's going on, everybody? I'm Blitz5, and I'm really excited to be recording this video today because the gameplay in the background is of my 1,000 chicken dinner in PUBG. 1,000 wins. That's so crazy to me. Can't believe it. Been playing the game for a long time now, and this milestone has finally come. And then also on top of that, this is my first recording in my new place. So I recently just moved, and my stream setup and computer is now in the basement. So this video or audio might sound a little echoey or a little bit of extra reverb, but I actually just ordered some foam panels to help reduce that, and I'll be setting them up soon. So we'll be back to some better audio quality. But I wanted to post this video because I haven't made one in a little while, and also let you guys know it's where I was. Haven't been streaming, but I am back to streaming as of 2 days ago. And then little by little, I'll be unpacking, finishing up the stream, or really it's never ending, but I'll be adding some more stuff and getting things back up to the way they used to be. So in this gameplay here for the 1,000 win, I wanted to do something fun. So I was trying to get a kill or a win, excuse me, with pistols only, but I was kind of struggling a little bit. So then I picked up the SKS at first. I was like, let me do sniper pistol. Then I decided, you know what? Let me do Tommy gun pistol, make it kind of like a 45 game, but just with one gun only. And then also I'm not very good with the Tommy gun, so I wanted to practice with it. And then just level these guns up as well, because I don't think either of these are at 100. I don't think I have any pistols that far. So I cut out the beginning of the game because it was pretty boring. And then I landed at this compound, and then things finally got kind of exciting when the glider was flying by. This guy pulled up out of nowhere, but this fight was ridiculous. He easily could have pushed me. I don't know what this guy was doing, but this ends up being like a 3-minute fight, which is hilarious, and kind of kill this guy in funny fashion. But it is what it is. And then I do take out some people with the Tommy gun, but I was trying to use the Deagle for a majority of the kills. But the pistols are hard to use on console. I actually just made a video about this, about the purpose of pistols in PUBG and what can kind of be done to maybe make them better or have them have a bigger purpose in the game. Some people agreed with me, some people disagreed. But if you guys want to check out that video, I'll put a card of it up in the video above, maybe top right corner, and then down in the description box below. But back to the wins and stuff. So I should mention this, that the 1,000 wins is coming from the stat tracker app that is on the iPhone. It's not an official PUBG app, but the person who made the app is a PUBG partner, so they're kind of, affiliated with PUBG in some type of way. Recently, which was awesome that they did that. And I've been using that app for a long time. If you guys have iPhone, I definitely recommend it. So it says I have 1,000 wins there, but on some other websites like PUBG Lookup, I think it said I was in like the 900s or something. I forget exactly. I'd have to look it up again. But there's a lot of nuances with these stats. Some track, way back to the very beginning of the game. Some start with the 1.0 launch. Some people, there's been, I don't want to call them like a conspiracy, but some people have had theories that some of the stat tracker apps were counting like TDM or other stuff like that. So I'm not really sure, but I'm going to celebrate the 1,000 win because it was on that stat tracker app. And really, it's all relative. And normally, I really don't get excited over milestones like this, because if you played for 1 million hours, let's say, or if you played 1 million games of PUBG, if you won 1,000, that would be a pretty bad ratio. That would mean you're a pretty bad player. So just going around saying I have 1,000 wins in PUBG, to me, doesn't really mean anything without time played. So I'm not usually like a big, stat guy according to wins. But PUBG put out a tweet or something about wins. And I went to go look at my stats. Like, how many wins do I have? I haven't looked in forever. I think the last time I looked, I had probably just a couple hundred. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm literally at 998 or 999. So I'm like, I just need one or two more to get to 1,000. So I'm probably going to do that today. And this ended up being that game. So I just thought that was kind of crazy. Another, this is totally off topic, but I want to mention this. This is one of those moments where I was looting that guy that I killed. I hopped out the window and just happened to be looking this way. And I see Mr. Donkson just coming out of the blue, and literally. And there's so many times in PUBG where I would have been looking the other way and I would have never noticed that guy. Maybe I was about to get in the buggy and just got killed. And there's just those lucky moments where you end up looking the right way, take out the guy, and then you end up, winning your 1,000 chicken dinner. But it could have just easily went the other way, where I was turned around, shot in the back, and then I'm back to the lobby pursuing another chicken dinner, and I wouldn't be recording this gameplay in front of you. So it's always interesting to me watching these games back, because I think most people probably don't watch so many games back unless you're streaming or putting up YouTube content. Why would you watch a whole gameplay? There's so many times I'll notice like, wow, that one fight I had like a centimeter of health left and I could have easily died, and then, this gameplay wouldn't exist. So it's just something interesting that I thought I would mention. But going back to the win thing, so just in the other opposite, or the other hand, if you played 2,000 games and won 1,000 games, then you'd be an incredible player because you'd have a 50% win rate. But at the end of the day, I mean, stats only go so far. I do sometimes look at other people's stats, and it's hard not to judge people off stats a little bit. But at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter because people all play differently. Some people, shout out to the beer fridge, just like to use crossbow. So obviously, if you used strong guns all the time, his stats would probably be different. There's also ranked now. So if you really want to check people's stats, you can look at them, how they play ranked. But even then, it's not super accurate because you're not always playing against people that are your same rank in PUBG. You could be playing against people who are bronze when you're the master tier player, which is the highest rank. So really, these stats are never, I guess you could probably criticize stats in any case. But really, PUBG doesn't have the best way to analyze that, but it's still fun to look at this stuff and just see how much time you've played in the game, which sometimes is a good thing or a bad thing. And right there, I peppered that guy with the Tommy gun and took him out to Deagle, which I was excited about there as I do a little dance. And also speaking of wins, I can't even remember my first win in PUBG, which is kind of a bummer. But one of my first memorable win that I have, really, I guess you could say the first win that I remember getting, because it took me a while to get a win. I remember I played for, I didn't play that often. When I first started playing PUBG, I played like once a week or something. So it really took me a long time to get into the game. I struggled. I complained about, how difficult it was to just move. And I complained about all that stuff, especially coming from Call of Duty. But one of my first wins, I was playing with my friends and we did an awesome bridge block. I don't know if it was the first time I did a bridge block, but I remember I was just so excited because my friends were telling me about it. So many cars were coming down, and I actually ended up getting more than just like one kill, because at the time I would just be excited that I got one kill. Fast forward to later where, playing so much PUBG now and streaming every day, like one kill is nothing, right? And then the circle ended up going up onto the radio antenna on the military base, and we won because the team was kind of stuck below us. And we actually probably would have lost if the team survived, because we would have probably had to jump off the cliff, but we ended up being able to shoot down at them before they got to cover. And I was just so stoked that we won this match because I had like multiple kills. It might have only been like 3, 4, or 5, but I thought it was just so many at the time because I was not used to doing that in PUBG in my first like month of playing. And it was just a great memory, and it was just such a fun game to look back on. And there's just so many of those moments in PUBG that we talk about on the stream all the time, but so many people have memories of games that you've done, or even like this particular location brings up a memory of a crazy game that you won there, or a crazy night with your friends. And there's getting to a point now where I've played so many that it's really hard to remember all the great wins. But luckily I have a lot of footage on YouTube to kind of go back and kind of examine that. But really I'm getting to the point where I don't even remember all of them, all the great ones. But what's great is there's always new stuff being added and new things to accomplish, like getting a win with the RPG, or, trying to run somebody over the glider. With all the new equipment and items and vehicles and things coming, there's always new fun stuff to do and pursue. And really at the end of the day, nothing really feels better in gaming, or one of the best feelings is the winner chicken dinner. And especially, I mean, with friends, it's great, but in solos, it's crazy because you're, 1 out of 99 players, or 1 out of 100. And right here, made it to the top 3. So there's a person to my left and there's a person to the right here. I kind of wimped out. I should have maybe went for the deagle, but this guy wasn't moving. I go for the Tommy gun kill. So I got to finish this last guy off with the deagle, of course. That's the whole reason why we're here. Can't use the Tommy gun in this situation. So this guy moved from the hill to there. And look at me. I don't know what I was doing here. I'm trying to get the freebie kill. But really, I was also thinking, like, I kind of just want to damage this guy. So I throw the nade out. And something I didn't realize here was after I shoot at this guy with the deagle, he actually pulled out the deagle as well. So cheers to this guy. At this moment, I thought he was using an AR still. So I was like kind of sweating it out. I even use a throwable here to kind of move him out of the box. But when I was watching the footage, I noticed that this guy actually had his pistol out as well. So I love that. This was kind of like a pan battle in a way, not with the regular weapons. So kudos to this guy pulling up. I think we have the same deagle skin as well. So huge shout out to Archie Louie and Deagle versus Deagle. And I took him out. I kind of cheated using the Molotov, I guess. But still happy to celebrate 1,000 chicken dinners, and then gonna hit him with the dance to celebrate. And I want to thank you guys for being part of so many chicken dinners on the stream and also on YouTube, and hope to catch many more here on YouTube and also on Twitch. You can find me there, twitch.tv/Blitz5 and friends. We got season 9 coming in on the way, and into 2020, will be coming to an end. And we will hopefully have a great year of 2021 in PUBG. and a lot more fun games and things to come. So as always, thank you guys for watching. I'm Blitz5, and peace out.